the world's most eccentric manager, Arteta. It must have been about a year ago. It was during the period after the 2024 to 2025 football season ended, a time when everyone was scratching their heads over player transfer issues. At that time, there was a player Arsenal was interested in. His name is Benjamin Šeško, a player from the German club Leipzig. He is tall, good in the air, and an excellent finisher. Arteta liked him too. So one day Arteta discussed with his officials and planned to sign Benjamin Šeško. They coordinated to arrange a meeting. A few days after that discussion, Benjamin Šeško arrived at the Arsenal office with his agents and entourage to meet with manager Arteta. At that time, Arteta also had his own representatives and team with him. After a short while, manager Arteta asked everyone else to step out of the room for a moment because he wanted to speak with the player one-on-one. Everyone else left and waited outside. Not long after, a lot of loud noises came out of the room. It sounded like they were fighting. They weren't actually fighting, though. If they really fought, Šeško would have won, of course. After a while, both of them came outside. Šeško was covered in sweat and looked completely exhausted. At that moment, Šeško said one thing: "I have chosen Arsenal." However, because Manchester United entered this transfer race, and due to payment and transfer fee issues to pay for the player, Šeško ended up moving to Manchester United in the end, and Arsenal had to settle for Viktor Gyökeres. In the past season, the performance of these two players was neither bad nor exceptionally great. Although Viktor scored more goals, you also have to take into account that, age-wise, Šeško is still a young player. Okay, that's not a problem. What I mainly want to talk about in this video is Arteta's strange ideas. True to being a Spanish manager, his behavior, his ways of giving motivation, and his tactics are sometimes quite unique. Examples like showing a light bulb to make a point, balancing a pen with his index finger on the training pitch to demonstrate ball control, hiring professional pickpockets to steal the players' wallets and phones to improve their focus, and setting up large LED screens on the training ground. You could say these are tricks that no ordinary manager would do. They might be funny, but you have to admit they work. Furthermore, it is known that they keep a female Labrador retriever named Win at the Arsenal training ground, which is intended to reduce the players' stress and strengthen the team's love and unity. Therefore, you can say that Arteta is a very unique manager. Under his guidance, Arsenal has been very stable this season. In previous seasons, as soon as the December period passed, Arsenal would face a crisis. There were many times when their results worsened, they dropped points, and they drifted away from the championship. But this season, you have to say Arteta has been very disciplined. He focuses on match by match, approaches them with discipline, gets the points he wants, and stabilizes the defense. These are the main factors behind becoming champions this season. Another unique point about Arteta is that he doesn't rely too heavily on a single player. When Man City became champions, they relied on Haaland to score goals. When Liverpool became champions in the previous year, they relied on Mohamed Salah. However, Arsenal didn't have to rely exclusively on a single player to score goals. This season, as many as 18 players managed to find the back of the net, and we can see that he handled the attacking rotations very smartly with Saka, Eze, and Havertz. So these are the unique traits of Arteta. I think he is applying the knowledge he gained while working alongside the world-famous manager Guardiola, combined with his own creativity. That's why he started saying the phrase, "trust the process," ever since he arrived at Arsenal. When the results were bad, we ourselves trolled this phrase, but now we have to say Arteta has proven that his actions match his words. However, his problem is that he tends to make a lot of mistakes in knockout matches, rather than in league games. Especially when facing big teams and when the tempo of the match is high, he gets anxious and makes tactical errors. We will have to wait and see about this in the upcoming match against PSG. So that is all about Arteta. Let me know what you think about him in the comments. I would be very happy if you could hit the subscribe button. Thank you.